After customize the Easdent tray with moldable material, you can continue to use the same moldable material to do the border molding. No need for impression tray adhesive if you're using the same material. You can also use different materials. If you use light cure tray material to customize the Easdent trays, but use PVS impression material to do the border molding, you need to apply impression tray adhesive to the tissue side and the border of the tray. I like to use heavy body PVS impression material for additional border molding. You can keep loading if you find some area is short before the material is set in the tip. If you use putty impression material for this step, mix the catalyst to base 1:1 ratio. If you're a beginner, you can use less catalyst to make it set slower and do half-side border molding first. Seat the tray in the mouth. Make sure the tray is seated completely. Let the patient bite down to the correct occlusion. If any border area is little short, you can put additional heavy body impression material there. Use lip movement to mold the border. Remove extra impression material on the teeth. Use the tongue movement to mold the lingual border. It is easy to miss the distal lingual vestibule area. You can load additional heavy body impression material there. Use your fingers to press the material down, then use the patient's tongue movement to mold the border there again. If you see the retromolar pad area not covered, you can use your finger to push some impression material into there to make sure you catch the area. For maxillary arches, it is easy to miss the hemular notch and the distal buccal vestibule. Add additional impression material at the distal buccal vestibule. Use your finger to push the material into the vestibule areas and the hemular notch areas. Let the patient bite down to the correct occlusion, then use lip movement to mold the border again. You can let the patient follow.
Just bite down here, now open up, close halfway, and move your jaw left and right. That's good. Now open big and pucker your lips together. And now open all the way wide, halfway closed, move your jaw left and right, and pucker your lips together again, and relax.
After the material is set, evaluate the border. If you see the tray material showing through the border molding, you have overextension. Grind away the overextended area. If any area of the border is too thick, cut the border thin with a knife. You do not want the border to be over bulky. The closer it is to the shape of the denture, the better you can use the Easdent impression to evaluate the function and aesthetics. Cut away the extra impression material surrounding the teeth and at embrasure. Make sure the tray can still go in and out easily without pressing on any impression material. If there are undercuts, like the embrasure area or the area under a bridge, block the undercut using blue peripheral wax. Do not let too much wax block the anatomy of the teeth. They are important for the design of partial denture. Place a thin layer of regular set light body or regular body PVS impression material on the tissue side of the tray. Avoid using too much material to prevent gagging. Use a mixing spatula to ensure the material covers the tray evenly. This step can be performed by your assistant. Dry the teeth and apply regular set light body or regular body PVS impression material around them. Carefully seat the tray with impression material in the mouth. Ensure it is fully seated. Make various lip and tongue movements to mold the border. Wipe away the extra impression material on the teeth. Let the patient bite down to the correct occlusion. You can still add a little extra impression material at the border if you see the border is a little short. Then mold the border again. Once the material has set, remove the tray from the mouth. Evaluate the impression and the border. If you see any missing area or big voids, you can repair it with light body or regular body impression material. When you see the border is very thick and caved in like this, you can use the disc to trim away the thick area. Add additional impression material, seat in the mouth, mold the border in the mouth again. Now you have an Easdent final impression with the correct border for the arch. It also contains teeth position information and can hold occlusion at the correct position.